Meltdowns, and how to deal and cope with them. People with Asperger's and high-functioning autism often get overwhelmed, experience anxiety, and often express frustration. On extreme cases, they may get so anxious or frustrated, they may get into a state where they struggle to think through challenges in a logical way. During these kind of situations, they may feel hopeless, stuck, can't see an obvious solution to a problem, and often express extreme forms of frustration, anger, and/or panic. It may be hard to calm down or get a person to calm down and reason until they calm down on their own. This is called a meltdown. They usually happen when a person is extremely overwhelmed, and it usually lasts for a brief period of time. Meltdowns are never fun. The first thing you can do to help deal with a meltdown is to allow the person to have some alone time, even if it's a 5-minute break. When a person is getting overwhelmed and having a meltdown, it is very important to give them a break, to stop what they are doing, and even be alone if they prefer it. When an individual grants alone time, even 5 minutes, it can do wonders in regards to helping them get their bearings. Having them stop what they are doing allows them time to process all the thoughts they are becoming overwhelmed with in the first place. When an individual is able to process their thoughts, solutions to problems start arising and anxiety wanes. Furthermore, a break prevents a stressful situation from quickly escalating. On extreme cases, people that have unchecked meltdowns can end up breaking things. Instead, having a break can prevent such things from happening while also helping them to get back on track. The second thing you can do to help alleviate a meltdown is to talk calmly to an individual, but don't touch them. Talking calmly to an individual shows the individual that you care, and it relaxes them. When an individual is having a meltdown, they are struggling and don't like it. They want to figure out a solution, how to get out of the maze they are in that's causing suffering. Showing them that you care is a start, and that will immediately help them feel less anxious. When people are having extreme forms of anxiety, they become extra sensitive to their surrounding environment. Every form of stimulus becomes more intensified. Even smallest sounds become annoying for an individual. With that said, a person having a meltdown is having extreme anxiety. Most individuals on the spectrum are sensitive to touch, and even for many who aren't, touching is the last thing you should do or think about doing. Due to their sensitivity during this very moment, bodily contact can often result in them lashing out and even becoming more upset. Always ask if they want to be touched. Show them you care. Give them permission to talk about if they want to do that, but don't insist if they don't want to. The main objective is to allow time for them to calm down. The third thing you can do to help an individual cope with a meltdown is to have the individual learn mindfulness. Have the individual understand that stressful situations may seem overwhelming at the time, but it's actually not as bad as it may currently seem. Have the individual understand how pain and negative emotions are actually caused by their own belief system. Your belief system gave birth to conditions that cause you to react in different ways, in a positive, pleasurable way or a negative, fear-based type of way. These beliefs can be changed by simply changing the perspective you have on it. Is the cup half empty or is the cup half full? Everything is perspective. It is possible to actually enjoy things that have previously made you suffer by changing your belief system or perspective on it. Everything has a hidden positive trait or blessing, if you wish to call it. Embracing this blessing on everything will bless and bring a lot more pleasure into your life by making it more fulfilling. This can really help prevent meltdowns if an individual really learns this on a deep level. Learning this takes practice, but the more determined an individual is in learning something, the quicker he or she can master this. Understanding how beneficial this is can help an individual become more determined. Finally, The fourth thing you can do to help an individual when having a meltdown is allowing the person to think of ways in advance to prepare and minimize the severity of a meltdown when it does happen. Have the person think of ways in which he feels could help him during a meltdown. They can write out a list of actions, a step-by-step plan to follow when a meltdown happens to get him out of it. Another tip is helping them write inspirational quotes that they can think of or say to themselves on the spot to get them out of a meltdown too. Some examples of some quotes include, "Everything happens for a reason. Aim for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll still land in the stars. Everything is perspective. Suffering is a state of mind." Individuals with autism, Asperger's, or high-function autism often struggle with meltdown. Fortunately, you've learned that there are 3 ways in how to help deal and cope with it when it does happen. These are some of the main things that is helpful in such a situation. If you personally know any other ways that you find helpful, please share your insight. I believe the more knowledge, tips, and insight towards helping individuals with Asperger's with their struggle, the more the struggles can be helped as a whole. I hope you find this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.